Hey there, Nightmare fans and Fred heads. Welcome to another installment of Springwood Slasher. So, as you can see here, my table is just full of stuff. This installment is going to be based on Halloween. And no, not Halloween the series with Michael Myers. This is just your typical Halloween, October 31st. And I decided I was going to do something fun for the kids this year. And of course it's going to involve Freddy. So, the first thing I want to say is this idea came to me by Nightmare Worcester, okay? I'm going to man up and say I 100% copied him, alright? And I'll get into that in the video, further down the video, because we got a lot to go through here. But first of all, I'm just going to point out a few props that I made. The Elm Street sign there in the back, I made that myself. You can actually check that out on this Facebook page. It's a do-it-yourself Elm Street sign. I made this actually last night. It's Nancy's Stay Awake pills. So I don't have a video of me making this, but if you guys want to know how to make this, just let me know down in the comments and I will try to do a tutorial on this. I printed these out on my computer with photo paper, and I just went to like Hobby Lobby and got these cheap they're called quick frames, if I'm not mistaken, and they were on sale for like $1 a piece. They're normally $3.99 a piece, so they're not bad. But I got these for $3. I got 3 of them, and on this one, I don't know if y'all can tell from the glare and everything, but on this, it's green, red, green, red, green, red, all the way down, and it says 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, 3, 4, better lock your door. It's the whole jump rope rhyme. Okay, and my idea is I'm going to have a fold-out table that's going to be like a prop table, and on that prop table I'm going to have a few Nightmare on Elm Street props, not particularly from the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but they have to do with a Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'll get into that as we go through some of the prop stuff here. Okay. So these are going to be set on the table, okay? You have this sign with the jump rope run. This sign here is also green, red, green, red, green, red, like Freddy's striped sweater. And it says 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. It's got an Instagram logo and a Facebook logo. And it says photo ops with Freddy, okay? And that's the fun thing I'm going to be doing for Halloween. I'm going to dress up as Freddy, and I'm going to have a photo booth. So when the trick-or-treaters come up, they can get their candy and they can get a picture with Freddy, okay? But my photo booth isn't going to be any ordinary photo booth. We're going to get into that here in a few minutes also. Right now we're just going to kind of go over the prop table. On this one, it just says, Happy Halloween, and I want all the people that are coming and taking their photos with Freddy, I want them to be able to share those with me. So I created a Facebook page and an Instagram account where they can share their photos, okay? Now this goes back to me kind of copying Nightmare Worcester, okay? And I've talked to him about this, saying, I love what you do, I love what you do, man. I want to be able to do that in my neighborhood. I want to be my neighborhood's Freddy. So I stole his name, okay? I mean, I didn't steal Nightmare Worcester because, hello, I'm not in Worcester. But I stole it and called myself Nightmare Houston, okay? And so down here, this logo is really big, Nightmare Houston. Right here, it's Nightmare Houston, okay? So anybody can go to the Facebook page, Nightmare Houston, or the Instagram account, Nightmare Houston, and check out, some of the stuff that's going to be posted on there. So basically this sign here says, Freddy would love to see your photos. Share your photos with Freddy at, the link for the Facebook page. Okay, and it says, please leave your thoughts with Freddy by writing a review on this page. You can also find Nightmare Houston on Instagram, and it has the Instagram link, so they can either share on Instagram or Facebook. And it says, thank you for stopping by, and remember, whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Okay, so that's what these are going to be on the table. Now, let's get into some of the props. You can find a lot of this stuff online, okay? A lot of it, I got an Instagram. I'm sorry, and still, it's 6:47 in the morning. I'm just now waking up and I haven't had any coffee. A lot of the stuff you can find on Amazon, okay? Now, I've been watching a lot of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies because they're my favorite. And I wanted to come close to the props as possible, so I kept looking at the jump rope that the little girls use. And I'm like, man, I gotta find me a little 80s jump rope like that. And if you look carefully, it's just a white jump rope with wooden like handles. Okay, so with that being said, I found a white jump rope with the wooden handles. Okay, and this is going to be set on the prop table right by this sign. Okay, of course I'm going to be taking it out of this and I'm going to, make it look, cool and stuff, but it's going to sit right over here next to the 1-2 Freddy's coming for you, the jump rope rhyme. All right, and let me get a good shot of that for you guys. It's just an old 80s jump rope like they use in A Nightmare on Elm Street. If you go back and watch the first movie, probably if you watch all of them, this is the kind of jump rope that they had. Okay, so that's one prop down. Okay, another thing that was just lying around, because I do have a 4-year-old daughter, trying to make her older than she is, because 5 was the age when I first watched A Nightmare on Elm Street. So next year, I'm going to try to sneak that onto her. So she had this old baby doll lying around that she really doesn't play with anymore, because she's got Barbies and everything else now. So I was like, you know what, this will be kind of cool as a Freddy prop, So I'm going to use that, and it's going to be sitting on the table with the jump rope and the 1-2 Freddy's Come For You as the kid section of the table, right? So that will be over here as well. Now, this thing here is pretty cool. You can find these at 80stees.com. And I started thinking, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a kids section, but then I also need a teenage kind of section of the table. And so I found this online, and I thought this was perfect. It's a Springwood High t-shirt with a blood stain, like Freddy slashed it. And it needs to be washed. It still smells like vinegar, because I haven't done anything with it since I got it. But this isn't just going to be a Halloween prop. I'm actually going to wear this when it's not Halloween, But I thought this was really cool. And this is going to go on your teenager side, along with the Stay Awake Nancy pills, right? I even thought about I might pop this lid open and get some Tic Tacs and kind of spread them out like the pill bottle's open and the Tic Tacs are the pills, just in case, I don't know, if a kid comes up and grabs one and eats it, it's safe, it's Tic Tacs. But that's an idea I might do, or I might just leave the bottle open and sitting up like that, or leave the bottle closed and sitting up, something. I'll play around with it, see what I like. So that's going to be on that side of the table. Now, as far as the table itself goes, I got a tablecloth. It's a blood-stained tablecloth. And that's going to go over the table with all of these props on top of it. And it looks like this. I'm hoping y'all can see that. I'm filming this on my iPhone, so bear with me on quality and everything else. So here's the tablecloth. Okay, I'll get into these in a few minutes because we haven't made it that far yet. Okay. Another thing I'm going to be doing, because it's going to be dark, is I want these signs to be able to be lit up somehow or another when the trick-or-treaters come up, and so they can see these signs. So I went to Spirit Halloween, and I got these little strobe lights. This one's actually a pretty decent size one, and it's a white strobe, and it has a adjuster so I can adjust how fast that actually strobes. So this one will be set kind of in the center to go on the photo with Freddy I'll. Okay, so there's that. And then I do have two other ones. That I also got at Spirit Halloween. I have a red one, of course, right? And that will flash, like either on this sign or the opposite one. And you can control it, as how fast it goes as well. And I have a green one, of course, because I wanted to go red and green for Freddy. Okay. And that one will probably flash either on that one or this one, however which way I decide to set it up. Now, I believe that covers the prop table pretty much. And then of course, I'm gonna have a big canister of candy for the kids to come up and grab the candy. And then we get into the photo booth, right? Now here's where I also copied Nightmare Worcester. If you go to his Instagram account, you will see on there that a lot of his pictures are taken with this awesome boiler room backdrop. And I talked to him about it. I'm like, man, where did you get that backdrop? It's so awesome looking. And he told me he made it on Photoshop or whatever. But, after searching the internet, I actually found the exact same picture. And it's, that background is used for the 1/6 action figures and stuff like that. So yeah, basically he took that image, he put it in Photoshop, and he messed with it to get the resolution good for printing, to blow it up and everything like that. So I did the exact same thing, and I don't know if it ticked him off or what, because I think he blocked me on Instagram because I can no longer view his his Instagram account. But he didn't block me on Facebook because I can still go to his Facebook page and stuff, so I don't know. Might be a glitch with Instagram or might not. I do have a few other Instagram accounts, like for instance the Nightmare Houston. If I go to my Nightmare Houston Instagram account, I can look up Nightmare Worcester and it pops up, no problem. Okay. If I'm on my Springwood Slasher account and I look him up, it doesn't show him at all. It says user not found. So that's how I know I'm either blocked or there's a glitch with my account or something. I have no idea. But I'm thinking he blocked me because I probably pissed him off by stealing his ideas. But I'm manning up to it. I'm 100% saying I stole the idea. And I don't know why he's so mad, because he's in New England. I'm down here in Houston. There's no competition. It'd be different if I was in New England or close to him doing the exact same thing. because then you're competing with one another. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, with that being said, I have his background right here. This is a 8 foot wide by 6.5 foot tall. So I'm not going to open this thing up and spread it out, but I will show you a picture of it spread out on my living room floor. Okay, so I also have a stand for this, and I left it upstairs, unfortunately, so I can't show it off here. But the stand goes to 7.5 foot tall by 10 foot wide. So this thing here will fit perfectly on that stand. And then let's go back to these clips. These are little clips I found on Amazon that just attach to the background, so you can fasten them all up to the stand, and you can pull it and make it nice and tight. Okay, that's what these clips here are for. So, with that being said, we have the background, we have the stand, everything. So we'll have an awesome background for Freddy to stand and take pictures with the kiddos. Now let's get into lighting. I got red lights. So everything, the whole boiler room, I mean, it's already red, but then I want the lighting to be red too, you know, to really give you that creepy feel like in A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I got these red lights. I got this one on Amazon. What ticks me off though is when I went and got it, it said I was ordering a pack, one pack. Well, I figured, okay, one pack is gonna have at least 2 to 4 light bulbs in it, right? Wrong. This is your one pack. You get one light bulb. So I had to go back and order a second one to have 2 red lights, because at my door I have 2 fixtures, so I'll be able to put the 2 red lights in there and make my whole patio there red. Okay. So that's going to take care of my lighting. Now, I thought this would just be a fun little cool thing. I can either put this on the prop table, or I can put it in the boiler room. And it's just a proper manner. More than likely it'll go, I might put it in the boiler room. And the batteries, you know, I need to get batteries, but this right here, it glows like it's, you know, like it's lit. And I may put this on one of the barrels in the boiler room, and I haven't even gotten to the barrels yet. But just like Nightmare Worcester, I got 2 55-gallon drums, and I got them for free. If you know anybody that runs a print shop, or you know, is in any kind of industrial kind of plant or whatever, that will give them to you for free, jump all over that, because I was pricing them online, and I mean they're big, they're bulky, so the shipping cost, you know, 30 to 40 bucks just to give them to you. But then the barrel itself is almost like $80 to $90, you know. So I got lucky. I got 2 of them for free from the print shop. I came home, I painted them to kind of go with the background, and they're outside, but I do have a picture of them after I painted them, so here you go. Alright, that's what they look like. So that's going to go up with the backdrop and everything else. Now, that said, I also ordered some chain props, right? Gotta have some chains hanging in the boiler room for Freddy. So I think I have two bags. I don't think I know. I know I have 2 bags of chains. Okay. Now, here's my other bag of chains. Yeah, I knew I had 2 bags of chains. Now, you need sound, right? So we have our boiler room, we have our lights, we have our chains hanging. We need sound, okay? So I got this little anchor speaker that I'm gonna hide behind the backdrop. And I hear that this thing's pretty loud. It's a Bluetooth speaker, but I hear it's very loud. So I recorded an awesome loop that's gonna play. It's got the boiler room sound. It's got the Nightmare on Elm Street theme kind of faded into it. Here's a little sneak peek of the sound. Okay, so we got sound, we have lighting, we have backdrop, we have prop tables. Now, another thing I thought that would be really cool to really just give it that edge is smoke, right? You're in the boiler room is smoky. So I'm gonna create that effect with fog machine, right? And this fog machine, it comes with a controller. So I'll be able to push a button every time I want the smoke and stuff to come in, so I can control it. Because I don't want it really, really thick and heavy because we're gonna be taking pictures, right? So I just want like a little misty, kind of a fog looking effect, or smoke effect. So that being said, I got a medium density fog juice. So hopefully all that will work out for me. We'll see how that goes. Now, I think that's pretty much it as far as all the props and stuff. I don't think I missed anything. Now, I've been kind of moving stuff around in here because some of this stuff isn't props. Some of this stuff I bought from my own personal collection, and it's an extra bonus to y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you anyway. While I was at Spirit Halloween looking at strobe lights and other things I could grab for this nice little Halloween adventure I'm going to have here, I saw some other cool Freddy stuff, and I was like, oh man, I don't have that yet, so of course I had to grab it. That being said, if you go to your Spirit Halloween this year, they may have it, they might not have it. One thing I definitely had to get that I saw, because I wear hats a lot, is a Nightmare on Elm Street hat. And I was like, oh yeah, man. They're pricey, of course, because it's Spirit Halloween. This thing was $16.99. Okay. But it's got Freddy's glow there on the back. But yeah, it's a nice little hat. And I also got a Nightmare on Elm Street necklace. And it's the Freddy claw, and it's also got the Elm Street sign kind of hanging from it. And this thing here was $12.99. I mean, it is what it is. It's Spirit Halloween, right? And I know I can get these at robertengland.com, and it's much bigger, but I think Robert sells them for like $100 or something like that. But this is just a smaller version of it. So, we got hat, necklace, and then I have some other stuff. It's not going to stop there. %off coupon. Alright. So, I also got Freddy mug. Right, it says Nightmare on Elm Street there. And of course, a little shot glass too, just in case I decide to take some shots. And it's got Freddy on there, it's got a Nightmare on Elm Street, so thought it was cool. So I got all that good stuff. And that's gonna be it, guys. Of course, when Halloween rolls around, when all this stuff is set up, I'll get a video so you guys can see all this stuff here in action. But until then, guys, I'm gonna call this done because I've done rambled on this morning and I need my coffee. All right. So if you guys want to steal this idea, go for it. Y'all ain't gonna make me mad one bit. You got some questions? Leave them in the comments. I can tell you guys where I got some of this stuff, how to even do some of this stuff. If you're in the Houston area and you want to do this, you're competing with me, so we might have a problem. But hey, if you're in another state or whatever and you want to do this, I don't care. Hell, if you're in Houston and you want to do this, I don't care. I stole this idea, so you can steal it right back from me. I don't care. Anyway, that's it, guys. Take it easy and sweet dreams.
My name is Freddy and I'm here to say I'll wrap you up and take you away if you feel like you're tired.